Hi everybody, this is Chad the Gaming Dad, back once again with another video. This time we're talking about... Oh, sorry guys. Those guys won't be listening to the video, but this time what we're talking about is that there are some things going on that I've been noticing, and I have to say that the publishers are getting creatively shady anymore. Yes, let's just take a quick minute, and I just wanted to recap what's gone on up to this point. So a long time ago we used to have games that would come out and we would buy them. The whole game was there. That was it. The price you paid up front was the price the game was. You bought it, you played it. Good. That lasted for quite some time, all the way up until pretty much beyond the PlayStation 2 into the last generation, right? And that's when publishers started getting more into the online stuff. But along with all that online stuff, they had some other creative ideas. The big one that everybody hated was EA and their online pass. True story, I actually just recently bought an old game for the PS3, Need for Speed Shift 2. Pretty good racing game. But right when you put it in, it asks you to put your online passcode in. Still, to this day. I thought they patched that out because EA quit doing that, right? I'm looking at an article that I saw on Kotaku. I actually looked it up because I wanted to see when they quit doing that. They actually quit doing the online passes, apparently, in May of, well, almost June of 2013, as you can see here. So it's been a while, right? 5 years since they quit doing online passes. You know, everybody was in an uproar about the online passes and things like that because EA just was trying to keep people, and it's, I say EA, but other companies were doing it a little bit too, but EA was the main one, like usual. But they were just trying to keep people from buying used games, and they don't see any profit off of it. So if you bought a used game and the pass had already been used, you had to buy one or else you can't play online. Boo-hoo, right? So they heard everyone. They gave us this typical line that we always get. We hear you gamers. We hear you guys. We hear it. So we're getting rid of the online passes. Aren't we great? That's usually how the story goes, right? So they got rid of online passes only to bring in the microtransactions, which led into more microtransactions. You know, it started back with, I think the horse armor was pretty famous from Oblivion for being really expensive and not giving you much of anything other than just a skin for your horse to ride around. So, just as I'm sneaking up on this poor sucker right here, they continue to sneak up on us. Yep, that right there. Stabbed you right through the back. So, the microtransactions kind of built on themselves and kept going, and then we got to our loot box phase. Yes, the infamous loot box phase, which of course came to a head recently with Star Wars Battlefront 2, and how everybody got in an uproar about the loot boxes and stuff. So, what does EA, what do these guys do now? They come out and they say, don't worry gamers, we hear you, we're on your side. No more loot boxes. I mean, how many different games during E3 had to make a point of saying, no more loot boxes, no loot boxes, we're good guys now, trust us, we're good guys, no more loot boxes. I heard it a lot, right? So, makes you wonder, every time they go away from one of these things that are bad practices, bad for the consumer, bad for us, every time they give one of those back to us, they sneak something in. It's what it seems like they're doing. It's like, okay, we hear you, we're not doing that anymore, but they don't tell you what they're working on in the behind the scenes. So, what I'm doing this video for, and the main purpose of this, is because there's a couple things that I'm noticing a trend that I think is going to be the new loot box scandal of the future. So, let's start off. You know, the video I'm showing you here is Far Cry 3 Remastered. And it's the one that's on PS4 that you get if you buy the season pass for Far Cry 5, you get this early. Hey, you want to get it early, don't you? You don't want to have to wait till everybody else gets it later. You want it now. We want it early. So they put it as a part of the pass. The only way you can get it early is if you buy the season pass. Now, that season pass isn't a real ripoff because there's a bunch of different DLCs that are coming, including this. So it's not a terrible deal. But they're definitely starting to use different tactics. And the ability to get something early is the first one that I'm noticing. So, okay, Far Cry 3 Remastered, that's one of them. Another game that just recently came out, and a lot of people are talking about it, it's a pretty good game, is Jurassic World Evolution, or Evolution. Depends on how you like to say it. But anyway, if you take a look here, now this game is out. It was released like a couple of weeks ago. But, you can only buy it digitally right now. If you look at this, I pulled this up on Best Buy. The release date for this is not until July 3rd, which is still about a week away. So, with that in mind, that's one of their little creative tactics where they want you to buy this thing digitally. They want you to see YouTubers play it and people do reviews and talk about it and get people excited and interested so that you'll jump on and buy the digital version, because that way they get the most profit out of it. And that guy right there just profited from my knife in the neck. So, that's the new tactic, is the timed, it's not timed exclusivity, it's impatience. They're betting that we are impatient. So, Jurassic World's one of them. Here's another one that I just noticed today. Just noticed this today as I was looking through what was on sale this week for the PS4. The Crew 2. Now, this is a game I'm not super interested in, but a lot of people are interested in it. And it is not out yet. It's not going to be released until June 29th, right? But if you buy the Gold Edition, the Gold Edition's only $100, right? You can have it right now. It even says on the website where you buy it on the PS4 website that you have access to it 3 days early. Isn't that amazing? So, I mean, if you were going to buy the Gold Edition anyway, I guess this is cool for you. But they're betting on some people being impatient. And you get it 3 days early. Ooh, yeah. Isn't that amazing? And then the other thing that I'm noticing that's sort of some shady tactics, it starts with the Red Dead Redemption 2 game. Red Dead Redemption 2, we've heard all about all of these, I don't know, these different things like the collector's box that comes with all this stuff, but it doesn't actually come with the game. But what I'm talking about is the more sinister stuff right here, where get exclusive story mode content if you buy the Ultimate Edition. If you do not buy the Ultimate Edition, you don't get these extra story mode content. And it's not just skins and stuff. There's actual, like, different missions, single-player missions, and they are not. They're saying that they are not going to be selling these things separately outside of the Ultimate Edition or the Special Edition. There's another one that's doing this. Okay? The other game that I noticed that I'm a little bit suspect of is Rage 2. They were talking all about Rage 2 at E3. It also, if you look close at their advertising, the Rage 2 Deluxe Edition has the expansion, it has the BFG, a bunch of other stuff. Then it's got down here, exclusive mission, Cult of the Death God. So again, if you were planning on getting the Deluxe Edition anyway, well, you're good to go. But they are not going to be breaking that off and letting you buy it separate. A lot of people have reported about the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and their DLC. It's supposed to be doing the same thing, where it's going to have all the DLC like Black Ops and Call of Duty usually does. But in this case, if you don't buy, what are they calling it here? Let's see. You have to buy the Black Ops Pass in order to get the DLC, they're not going to be selling it separate. You used to buy the season pass because it was ultimately $10 cheaper than buying them all separately, but now they're not even going to let you buy them separately unless you buy the pass. So that's just something to think about. So I thought I would talk to you guys about that this time. Seems like they're trying to get a little creative on some of their shady tactics and trying to sneak some of these things around the back, hoping nobody notices, but this kind of stuff I think is almost just as bad as the loot boxes. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, am I making a mountain out of a molehill? Or is this something to be, you know, keeping an eye on? I don't know. I think it is something that we should be keeping an eye on. But until next time, I am Chad the Gaming Dad, and we will see you back here. So long, everybody.
Hey, thanks everybody for sticking with me and watching the entire video. I hope you liked it. The best way to help out the channel is to leave a like, leave a comment, and tell your friends. If you'd like to support the channel further, there are links in the description. But otherwise, always remember that you never outgrow video games. My name's Chad the Gaming Dad, and we'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody.